and welcome to the DDW From the Top vodcast, a series of in-person interviews. I'm Megan Thomas, Multimedia Editor at DDW. Today's episode is an interview with Dr Rohan Thakur, President at Bruker Daltonics, which I conducted while attending the opening of Bruker Corporation's new production facility, which opened in Bremen, Germany in May 2024. So the first question is, what has your career path looked like? Have there been any kind of key moments or milestones along the way?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question, and I think I never ever imagined that I would end up being a president in a company that is headquartered in Germany, at least my division. So I started in R&D, and I was a scientist that could articulate. So then they wanted me to move over to the business side, and it's been a wonderful journey as far as I'm concerned. And I've met some of my idols and heroes during my academic life, and now I collaborate with them, and it's been, I can only be thankful to where I am today.
Absolutely. It's always good when people can spot your strengths and help you progress based on those strengths. No, of course not. And so what do you wish you had known when you started your career?
I wish I had known during my PhD the value that understanding basic finance does. So as you see Silicon Valley taking off and all that today, right? But when I was graduating with a science degree, seldom did they teach you how a P&L looks like, or how to manage a business. So I wish I had a little bit of learning there, which would have helped me decide which opportunities to invest or monetize better.
Okay. And do you think that's improved since you were starting out, or do you think it's still a bit of a gap?
Definitely improved. I mean, you can see all the stories when I was a peer are now movies, right? So how Facebook started, and Google, and Apple, and they were entrepreneurs, but they had a basic understanding of what the market wanted. So few people have that, but then the financial machinery behind that would have been nice to be exposed to that to some degree. However, knowing myself then, I would have ignored that class.
Yes.
You don't know where you end up. So yeah.
Great, thanks for that answer. And so this next question, which hopefully is an easy, immediate answer, but who or what inspires you in your field of work?
I would say making a difference in human health is inspiring to me. So, and then I collaborate with luminaries in the field, right? Like Matthias, he's always been an idol of mine. Learned a lot from him, and learning continually is something that kind of keeps me going. And I do get nervous when I stop learning.
Yes.
So, and the field's evolved from, I think we're 10,000 times more sensitive. I never imagined we would look at proteins within a single cell. And to me, it's just amazing. And I feel I'm lucky in life, because when I got my university admission, it came in through the mail with a letter. Right? So I was right at the cusp of when everything became digital. So I remember both sides, mailing people birthday cards and waiting for the mailman to arrive to see, hey, did I get admitted in the college that I wanted? So that transition, I think I'm lucky like that to have gone through that, and how to satisfy younger scientists who want instant gratification nowadays, which they push us, right, to get complex data analyzed quickly. So there is some benefit to that. It's just the rigor.
Yeah.
That onus has moved slightly, I would say, away from the user who expects it to be embedded in the instant gratification that they need.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have a solution as to how to bring that back a bit?
my philosophy has always been under promise and over deliver. So rather than, I'd rather be more conservative in what we show than be more optimistic, so as to avoid, because we help people tackle some real difficult challenges that are not easy to begin with. So adding noise into where there's very little signal to noise is not what I like to do. Rather enhance the signal. Yeah.
Great answer. And now this next question, I think you actually sort of answered in the previous one, but what drives you professionally and personally? I think obviously solving the problems of human health are one of the driving forces. I'll give you an
example, right? So in my line of work, sensitivity in the instruments matters. Okay, the reason it matters is, as I learned by working with and listening to oncologists, is they can only harvest a few cells. So that's the drive. It's not that just, we can do anything we want with a mass spec, pretty much, right? Just make it massive and we can achieve a lot of things, but is it practical and does it solve the problem? And harvesting few cells is important. So, and that's what drives sensitivity. So I think that's the excitement, is making a real difference in the larger scientific community. We play our part.
Great. And so what excites you most about the work that you're currently doing? Obviously not necessarily on the scale that we've just discussed, but rather, why is it exciting? What are you doing?
Yeah, so, we got two approaches. We're in a unique position where we can look at tissue analysis, and we can look at cells, and we can look at body fluids, all that impact human health in one way or the other. And every year, we talk to lots of professors, collaborators, pharma companies. We want to help make drugs more efficacious. Are they hitting the target? Safer? Do you have off-target effects? And as we understand the complexity that's driven by the advances we make, that's the drive. Are we helping human health in a broader scale? And it's always been something that I wanted to do in my life, either as an academic or now that I'm on the business side. It's the same, except you're not teaching students, you're just managing different type of scientists and variation of people. Yeah.
Excellent. And now the last question I have for you is, based on what we'll be learning today and the capabilities of Bruker's new facilities, what does the future of the mass spectrometry industry look like, and what role will Bruker play in that future?
Right. So I think mass specs, if you look at the cell phone evolution, that's how I kind of compare it to the layman, right? So you start with rotary phones. You show that phone to a 2-year-old, she won't know what it is, right? But you show an iPhone, they immediately know how to scroll. That's where we need to get with mass spectrometers. So it's been about 40 years. It's a nascent field. It's a very difficult field, but we need to make it simpler for broader adoption. So how to make something that's very complex simpler to use, so that it finds broader applicability. And I think that's our, I would say, goal, to make it more applicable. Grandma using a phone to take pictures. Think about that, right?
Yeah. That brings us to the end of this From the Top interview. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it in your drug discovery community and subscribe to DDW for more content like this. Thanks for listening.